So as I announced that today I'm going to talk about chapter 4, shloka 10 to 16. Now chapter 4 is all about the yoga of action and discipline, jnana karma sannyasa yoga. Now if you remember that when I just introduced chapter 4 to you, Sri Bhagavan had told Arjun that look, I'm going to give you a knowledge which is so ancient, which I had taught to the sun god. And then it went down, to the first man, Manu, and it went down for generations. However, while it was going, was getting passed from one sage to another, and to another, it got disintegrated. Now, today I'm going to talk about chapter 4, shloka 11 to 16. Yes, one of the shlokas is one of the most controversial shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday I'm going to talk about that. And another thing is, before I get into the shlokas, I want to talk to you once again about the concept of Bhagavan here. What is the meaning of Bhagavan? Bhagavan means God. Now, who is God? God can be irrespective of any religion. And therefore, there is no name given to Bhagavan here. There's no name. We know that it's a dialogue between Krishna and Arjun. However, the moment Krishna is giving out any kind of knowledge, it's always Bhagavan. Now, throughout the world, God is believed to be in various forms. Some believe in idols, some believe in something which is formless. Some believes that the soul is the God, what we are inside is the God. Some believes the universe is the God. Some believes nature is God. So whatever is your God is your God. And that's the beauty, because I love those, the moment in Bhagavad Gita they say Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, it goes beyond religion. And I find that fascinating. Now, here in shloka 11, Shri Bhagavan says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tanstathaiva bhajanyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. He's saying that in whichever way people worship me, I will respond accordingly. We talk about rituals, we talk about doing this, we talk about doing that. But here, he says, Manushya Partha Sarvasha. Everything is Manushya. Everything is people. And whichever way you are worshipping your God or you're worshipping the higher self, I will respond accordingly. And then, in the next shlok, he says, Kangshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devata shipram hi manushe loke siddhim bhavata karmaja. There's a lot of talk about manifestation, talk about your wishes and it'll happen. It's actually being said, the same thing is being said. He said, Bhagavan is saying that whenever you're wanting any material things, ask your God. It will be satisfied. Just ask. And now, everyone is talking about manifestation and everything. Kangshanta karmanam siddhim. Whenever you want something and when you want that karma to be, you want to get results. Yajanta iha devata. Ask from your God. You'll get it. And now comes one of the most controversial shloks, one of those shloks which have been majorly talked about. Chaturvarnam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasha tasya kartaram apimam viddha kartaram avyayam. Bhagavan says that I have divided castes on the basis of gunas and karmas. Gunas, inherent nature, karma, the work that they do. Now, if that is what it is, Bhagwan keeps on saying in the second line that though I have created these castes, I am not attached to the results. Because in Shlok 14, Bhagwan goes on to say, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha. I'm not even interested in the results. Now let's get to this very, very controversial slok. In the Mahabharata, there has been a lot of talk on shlok, on castes. You see Draupadi saying that she will not marry Karna in that Sayamvar Sabha because she doesn't know, because Karna can be a Sutaputra. Parashuram again curses Karna because Parashuram says that how can you get this knowledge? You're a charioteer's son. Drona did not take Ekalavya as his student. Now all these talks about caste had happened in Mahabharata. Because of course I have to refer Mahabharata because Bhagavad Gita is talking about the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. However, in this case, when Bhagavad Gita, when Bhagwan is giving this ancient knowledge, when Bhagwan is imparting this ancient knowledge to Arjuna, his disciple, he's saying something very interesting. He's saying that I have divided castes on the basis of their nature and their work. Now, if that is so, then one's profession keeps on changing. I mean, I'll give you the greatest example. In the Ramayana, let's talk about Valmiki. Valmiki was initially a Daku, Ratnakar. He was a dacoit. His karma was different. And then he became a saint. So he started following Sattva. Because gunas are Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, which Sattva means, purity. Rajas is passion, Tamas is deepest, darkest desires and deepest, darkest feelings. And work is divided into teaching, into business, into warrior, into labor, into menial labor. But if that is what it is, then profession keeps on changing. One's nature keeps on changing. As one gets knowledge, as one grows up, then one's nature keeps on changing. Then what is this caste being sacrosanct, and that is where one stays? Because this seems to be what this shlok is saying, is seeming to be that if caste is to be divided on the basis of nature and work, then caste itself is mobile. Then caste cannot be sacrosanct. Then people cannot be divided just on the basis of caste. Second thing, if we are talking about Bhagwan being our higher self, then we are seeing people on the basis of caste. Our society is seeing on the basis of caste. But our higher self, which if we believe is God, then that self is not even interested in the work one does, in the result of one's work. But that higher self is interested in people and how they connect with one's own self. Because Manushya Partha Sarvasha, that everything is human beings. In the earlier shlok, Bhagwan had said. And in shloka 14, he says, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha. Then what are we getting attached to it? Hooked to castes in such a big way. Think about it. Whether we should consider Manushya to be everything, or think that caste itself is sacrosanct and people should just be segregated according to what their ancestors have done. Because this shlok, if you even go by it literally, does it really say that? Have a good day.